650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee.
We take you now to the Grand Ole Opry House and the world-famous Grand Ole Opry, America's oldest and most famous country music show. In the next few hours, you'll hear the music of the best country artists in all the world, the stars of the Grand Ole Opry, tonight presenting its 2,143rd consecutive broadcast over WSM.
Lucienne coffee with chicory that brings out coffee's flavor. You only use about half as much. Lucienne's a money saver. Lucienne's a money saver. Lucienne's a money saver.
From Nashville, Tennessee, it is Lucienne Coffee's Grand Ole Opry Show. Take time out for a coffee break now and enjoy a blend that's as rich and enjoyable as our good old-time country tunes and as lasting in popularity with your folks and mine as the old Opry.
All of Arkansas, keep smiling blue, then I will be your loving man and always love her true, till I'm bald-headed too. Evening in the morning, you can bet I'm homeward bound. Done spent all my money, I gotta get out of town. Feeling kinda hungry, there's nothing in my craw. I'm going back to my little cook in Bald Knob, Arkansas. Bald Knob, Arkansas, keep my Linda Lou, and I'll be a loving man and always love her true, till I'm bald-headed too. Play it on! I'll make the bound by our cow and we will never part. Dress her up in calico and buy her wedding ring. I'll order it from the radio first day of the spring. All of Arkansas, keep my Linda Lou, and I'll be your loving man and always love her true, till I'm bald-headed too. Let's go! Heard about the mule train so many years ago that went through old Missouri through the heat and through the snow. But now they've got the modern train they call the Cannonball. I'm catching at the station, Bald Knob, Arkansas. Bald Knob, Arkansas, keep my Linda Lou, and I'll be your loving man and always love her true, till I'm bald-headed too. Thank you. And thank you for being with us tonight at our Grand Ole Opry. Gee, we have a wonderful audience. Have fun and enjoy so much that you'll come back just as often as possible. Bring your friends with us, and let's enjoy Music City, USA. Here's a boy that has a wonderful prospect for a possibility of recording some one of these days for the Decca people. Make welcome Bobby Lord.
Thank you, Mr. Roy. Thank you very much. I arrived in what they call a city. Went to a place called a hotel. Got myself what is generally called a room. I turned on the well-known TV. I watched what they call a show. Till midnight when they signed off with just a tune. Then I walked down a thing called a sidewalk. I went to a place called Cafe. I told them that it didn't matter long as it resembled food. And while I was drinking the drink that is known as coffee, she walked in, and all at once I knew I know I won't be able to sleep, though I'm staying in the executive suite, 'cause I'm meeting her tomorrow at the Brownsville Cafe. Boy, the moon is bright tonight, not a cloud anywhere in sight, and it's warm and the folks all sweet when they pass by. What a wonderful thing it is that just one little kiss can open your eyes and make you realize life can have meaning. Life can have meaning. Our life can have meaning whenever you're in love. Whenever you're in love.
All right, thanks so much. That's fine, Bobby. Thanks so very much. You notice that we've got some little red cups of Lucienne coffee up here on the stage, and like we sometimes say, we wouldn't have it any other way, because occasionally we have company in the Opera House, and we like to invite our friends backstage and have a cup of Lucienne coffee with us. And that may be the same way at your house. When unexpected or expected company drops in at your house, you do as we Opry folks do, get out that big percolator and brew up a big pot of coffee. Nothing will pick up those travel-weary folks of yours like good old Lucienne coffee. The Lucienne folks must have had us taste-conscious people in mind when they blended that fine Lucienne. They went out and bought the finest coffees they could find, and they added just enough chicory to bring out the best taste in that coffee. Now, words of mine won't describe the smiles on the faces of your guests when they sip that Lucienne coffee in their cups. And, of course, you brew it just like you would any other coffee, except don't use quite as much. Pretty soon your own taste will tell you which is right. Yes, you know, wintertime brings a lot of pleasures. But after those pleasures, or while you're enjoying them, you toast your dearest friends and treat them to delicious Lucienne coffee. Now, the Grand Ole Opry stars drink Lucienne. Why don't you?
Lucienne coffee with chicory that brings out coffee's flavor. You only use about half as much. Lucienne's a money saver. Lucienne's a money saver.
Lucienne's a money saver. I wish they'd let me in on them commercials. I got a pretty good voice for that type of stuff. Talk myself into a commercial. Make welcome three boys that do a great job in country music. We're mighty happy with them. Make welcome some fellas that record for the Starday people. The Willis brothers, Skeeter, Guy, and Dick.
Oh, yeah! Here goes Bob.
Thanks for the bed and board, Bob. Enjoying my stay. But I got just a little bit bored, Bob. Be on my way. So you got yourself a job, Bob. That's not for me. You got a house and a wife and a job, Bob. But I'm still free. Remember the good old days around Frisco Yard, Bob. For years they're gone. Now your wife's looking at me kind of hard, Bob. I'll move along. So you got yourself a housewife, Bob, and a house note too. Reclining chairs and phone bills, Bob. That's not for you. I'm heading out L.A. way, Bob. There ain't no fare. Freight goes out today, Bob. Do you dare? Remember the good times down New Orleans, Bob. Them Cajun queens. Now your wife's looking at me kind of hard, Bob. She thinks I'm mean. Bed and and board, Bob, enjoyed my stay. But just forget all talk, Bob, about the good old days. My wife's a little bit scared, Bob, you wanna be free. But you and me both know, Bob, you're better off than me. Remember the coal mines out in Frisco yards, Bob, and the hard cold ground. Now your wife's looking at me kinda hard, Bob, see you around.
Oh, that's great. The Willis brothers, Skeeter, Guy, and Vic. We got Skeeters all over the house tonight. A very lovely and talented little lady. One of our very lovely little ladies, I could say, on our Grand Ole Opry, and we're real proud of her. She records for the RCA Victor people. Make welcome Skeeter Davis.
I'm a-going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. I'm a-going down the road feeling bad. Ain't gonna be treated this way. You treated me mean too many times. Yeah, you've been bad too many times. You treated me mean too many times. Ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm a-going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. I'm a-going down the road feeling bad. Ain't gonna be treated this way. Junior, leaving, but I won't be back. Said I'm going and I ain't coming back. Yeah, I'm leaving and I won't be back no more. Ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. Ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad. Ain't gonna be treated this way. No, I ain't gonna be treated this way.
Not down here in the valley. I'm lonesome and oh, how I feel as I sit here alone in my cabin. I can see your mansion on the hill. Do you recall when we parted? The story to me you revealed. You said you could live without love, dear, in your loveless mansion on the hill. years, dear, to bring you a heart true and real. For I know you are living in sorrow in your loveless mansion on the hill. The light shines bright in your window. The trees stand so silent and still. And I know you're alone with your pride, dear, in your loveless mansion on the hill. In your loveless mansion on the hill. You are so nice. Thank you. Here are a couple of fellas that once were called the Winston County Pea Picker. Grant, you want it for a while?
Yeah, I'd like to get in this.
You can have it.
Before we bring on the couple of fellas, we'd like to have a word from one fella. And I was going to mention, Roy, that beautiful song there, Mansion on the Hill, it was sung originally here on the Opry stage by the late Hank Williams. And it's been sort of a song that's lived right here on this Opry stage and gone out from here on many and many a Saturday night. Now, I'd like to mention that the great Lucienne coffee contest, the Win the Opry contest, is over. But now the shouting's not over by a long shot, because we're going to have a big, big Saturday, next Saturday, February the 11th. The judges have been sending out for more coffee, and the way things are going, I believe they're having a time picking the winner. But the winner will be flown to Nashville, brought here for the Grand Ole Opry. They'll be given a beautiful plaque, and we have several other prizes. I believe they have several other $300 prizes they're giving away. But some one of you listening out there who have entered the Lucienne contest will be brought here for the Grand Ole Opry. You'll be made our special guest, and then we'll sit down together and see about sending our Lucienne show out your way for bringing the Grand Ole Opry show to your town for some worthy charity. After all, that's the way you entered the contest. Now, many of you perhaps tried Lucienne coffee for the first time when you entered this contest. And if you did, I want you to notice its richer, finer flavor. Flavor that only good coffee beans and the imported chicory can make in a coffee. Sort of makes me want to swell up with real pride, Roy, to know that all these people are enjoying Lucienne coffee just like the Opry stars do. Makes me want to say, see, I told you Lucienne was good coffee.
Lucienne coffee with chicory that brings out coffee's flavor. You only use about half as much. Lucienne's a money saver. Lucienne's a money saver.
Lucienne's a money saver. As I was about to say before I was interrupted by the commercial, we have got a couple of fellas coming out here that used to be called the Winston County Pea Pickers, and to me they're still the Pea Pickers, but they are known as the Nugget Children now. Will you make welcome Lonzo and Oscar?
All right, thank you a lot, Mr. Roy. Thank you a whole lot. We're real happy to be here, although we like to not made it because Oscar had a flat tire coming up here, and we like to become a little bit late. Oscar, what happened to you? Why'd you have a flat tire?
Well, Lonzo, I run over a whiskey bottle right in the middle of the street there.
Oh, is that? Well, can't you see as big a thing as a whiskey bottle?
Well, I could, but it was in some feller's hip pocket.
I told you to give that fella the right of way.
I thought you said get him right away.
Forget about
Boy,
it.
I did too.
We'll just sing. Here's one side of our new record called A Funny Way of Living in This Crazy Mixed Up World. If you're ready.
I don't know where the world's mixed up for me there, but I'm mighty glad to be a grinning at you too. Is the orchestra ready? Oh, they are. Here we go.
Some folks will buy a new car just like the one next door, with 500 horses under the hood and 4 down in the floor. They'll rev her up to 90 in a 35 miles on. When the cop writes out the ticket, boy, you ought to hear 'em moan. It's a funny way of living in this crazy mixed up world. Girls are dressing up up like boys, the boys look like girls. Some people do the darndest thing that's got me in a whirl. It's a funny way of living in this crazy mixed up world. Some people go to nightclubs to have a drink or two, and then they'll stay till 2 or 3, and usually they'll get stewed. They don't remember next day how many drinks they've had. Then they'll go around all day wondering why I feel so bad. It's a funny way of living in this crazy mixed up world. Girls are dressing up like boys and the boys look like girls. Some people do the darndest thing that's got me in a whirl. It's a funny way of living in this crazy mixed up world. I saw a bunch of teenage kids with hair combed over their face. They jumped and yelled and screamed and shake and danced all over the place. They called it the Watusi. They were really raising sand. They were making so much racket that you couldn't hear the band. It's a funny way of living in this crazy mixed up world. The girls are dressing up like boys and the boys look like girls. Some people do the darndest thing that's got me in a whirl. It's a funny way of living in this crazy mixed up world. It's a funny way of living in this crazy mixed up world.
All right, Lonzo and Oscar, they always in for a lot of fun, do good country songs. Well, since I introduced the boy a while ago, I understand that he has succeeded in making his contract for the Decca people. Would you make welcome one of Decca's fine recording artists once again, Bobby Lord?
I'm looking for that lonely street. I've got a sad, sad tale to tell. I need a place to go and weep. Where's this place called Lonely Street? A place where there's just loneliness and dim lights bring forgetfulness. Broken dreams and memories meet. Where's this place called Lonely Street? Perhaps there on that lonely street there's someone such as I. Memories meet. Where's this place called Lonely Street? Where's this place called Lonely Street?
That's fine. Thanks so much, Bobby. Roy, he's getting to be so much of a regular around here, so much of an old-timer, you'll be able to put him in the Roy Acuff Museum before long. Right now, let's turn away from coffee and talk of coffee and take a Lucienne tea break about now. For those of you who prize the never-to-be-forgotten flavor of Lucienne coffee, you'll be agreeably surprised to know that the Lucienne folks pack a wonderful tea with an unforgettable flavor, a big, bold flavor it is. Now, great teas don't just happen. They're created. And the Lucienne folks knew just where to go to find those rare, expensive aromatic teas that they blend and sell under the brand name Lucienne. And when we find a good thing and like it, as so many of our friends like it, we pass it on to you folks out there. And that's just what I'm doing tonight. So you have yourself a spot of real refreshment, won't you? Lucienne's the brand, delicious Lucienne, the tea with a big, bold flavor. In bulk or bags, Lucienne tea. Get yours tonight or tomorrow.
Thank you, Grant Turner. Well, you have seen most of the stars shine during this 30 minutes of the Grand Ole Opry. It's time now to bring out the moon and let it shine a little bit. So here he is with his 5-string banjo, bashful brother Oswald. Come in, Oswald. Ain't it the truth?
Much obliged. Ain't hardly any of us gets a fanfare like that, are they? See if I got time to do my number. Yes, I have.
I believe you have.
We was out on the road last week, and I come checking out of my hotel. I went down and asked the manager how much I owed him. Said, you be $10. I said, $10 for what? He said, well, your room is $5, and you meal up in your room, that's $5. I said, I didn't have any meal up in my room. He said, it's your fault, good buddy, is there for you. You owe me $10. I said, all right. You owe me $10. He said, for what? I said, for kissing my wife. He said, I never kissed your wife. I said, it's your fault, good buddy, she was there for you. And I'm a mess. It is the black smoke rolling, and it surely is the train. Surely is the train, boy, surely is the train. Black smoke rolling, and it surely is the train. I'm on my long journey home. I think I see my darling coming down the line. Coming down the line, boys, coming down the line. I think I see my darling coming down the line. I'm on my long journey home. Now play. Everybody hear me all right? I lost all my money but a $2 bill. $2 bill, boys, $2 bill. Lost all my money but a $2 bill. I'm on my long journey home. The black smoke are rolling and it surely is a train. Surely is a train, boys, surely is a train. Black smoke are rolling and it surely is a train. I'm on my long journey home. Much obliged. Give me a cabin in the corner of Florida land, in the shade of the tree of life that it may ever stand, where I can hear the angels sing and shake Jesus' hand. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of Florida land.
Many years I've been looking for a place to call home, but I failed here to find it, so I must travel on. Don't care for fine mansions on earth seeking sand.
Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of Glory land. Build me a cabin in the corner of Glory land, in the shade of the tree of life that it may ever stand, where I can hear the angels sing and shake Jesus' hand. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of Glory land.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back a little later in the program. Grant, we got to go home.